Okay, so when you hear gold rush, you're probably picturing old-timey prospectors in the Wild West, right? Well, forget the tales of digging in the dirt. Today's biggest fortunes are found in data. We are right in the middle of a new kind of gold rush, and this time, the prospectors are hackers, and the gold is digital security. Let's dive into this new frontier.
It's a pretty wild idea, isn't it? We're so used to thinking of hacking as this shadowy, illegal thing. But what if those exact same skills, the ones used to break into systems, are now some of the most valuable and in-demand skills on the entire planet? Well, that's the whole idea behind ethical hacking.
Just look at this number for a second. $14 million. That was the potential reward for one ethical hacker for finding one critical flaw in a company's system. That's not a salary, that's a bounty. This is the kind of digital gold that's just sitting there, waiting to be discovered.
So, how do we even begin to navigate this new frontier? Here's our map for this explainer. First, we'll talk about staking a claim in this exploding market. Then we'll cover the great defender shortage. After that, we'll see how you can strike gold, understand the modern security playbook, and finally, we'll chart your path to pro. You know, every gold rush starts with a huge untapped territory. In our digital world, that territory is the global market for what's called penetration testing, which is basically a fancy way of saying you get paid to find weaknesses in a company's defenses. And believe me, that market is absolutely booming.
The scale of this growth is just incredible. I mean, in 2023, the market was already worth just under $2 billion. But fast forward to 2032, and it's projected to hit almost $7 billion. That's a growth rate of over 15% a year. This isn't just steady growth, it's an absolute explosion in demand.
So where are the richest veins of this digital gold? Well, right now, North America is kind of the epicenter, with over 35% of the market. But as you can clearly see, the opportunity here is truly global.
But here's the twist in our digital gold rush story. Imagine discovering a massive, untouched gold field, but there's a critical shortage of people to actually mine it. In the digital world, that's exactly what's happening. There's a desperate need for defenders, but there are nowhere near enough experts to fill the jobs.
By 2025, it's estimated there will be 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs around the world. That is a staggering talent gap, and it's leaving countless organizations totally vulnerable. The demand for skilled people is just completely off the charts.
And this isn't some problem for the future, it's happening right now. 2/3 of organizations are openly admitting they just don't have the cybersecurity talent they need. They've got the budget, they feel the urgency, but they simply can't find the people.
And what's the result of that huge talent gap? Only 14% of organizations feel confident that they have the people they need to be secure. That means a shocking 86% feel unprepared, exposed. And that right there, that is the opportunity. So, what happens when you have massive demand and a tiny supply of talent? Well, basic economics tells us the rewards skyrocket. And this brings us to the really exciting part, striking gold.
And companies are putting serious money where their mouth is. Just one platform, HackerOne, paid out $81 million in bug bounties last year alone. These aren't salaries, folks. These are direct cash rewards for finding and reporting security flaws. Now, if freelance bounty hunting isn't really your style, a stable career path is just as impressive. The average salary for a penetration tester in the US is over $100,000, making it one of the most lucrative and stable jobs in all of tech.
And this potential is strong right across the board. In the UK, for example, an entry-level role starts at around £33,000, and senior positions are easily clearing $50,000 and more. The high demand for these skills translates directly into really competitive pay, no matter where you live.
So we know the market is huge, and the pay is great. But how does this all work in practice? I mean, how is the prospecting actually done? This is what we call the modern security playbook. We're seeing this fundamental shift in how companies think about security. While a lot of them still only test once or twice a year, a huge 40% have moved to testing quarterly, and a growing number are even testing monthly or daily. The key takeaway? Security is no longer a one-time thing. It's become a constant process. But finding a vulnerability is only half the battle. This right here reveals one of the industry's biggest challenges. Shockingly, less than half of the vulnerabilities that are discovered ever actually get fixed. This highlights a massive gap between finding a problem and, actually solving it. And for the flaws that do get fixed,
Well, the average time to do it is 67 days. Think about that. That's more than 2 months where a company knows it's vulnerable but hasn't patched the hole yet. That window of delay is precisely where the bad guys thrive.
So, we've seen the opportunity, the demand, and the challenges. The final question is, how does someone become one of these highly sought-after digital defenders? Let's take a look at the map for your path to pro.
Like any good prospector, you need the right tools for the job. In ethical hacking, the most valuable tools you can have are certifications. Credentials like OSCP, GPEN, and PNPT. These are what employers are looking for because they prove you don't just know the theory. They prove you have the practical, hands-on skills to defend a network.
And this is exactly why that path is so critical. The research firm Gartner predicts that by 2025, human factors, either a lack of talent or just simple mistakes, will be the cause of over half of all major cyber incidents. The need for skilled, certified professionals to bridge that gap has never, ever been more urgent.
The digital frontier is expanding every single day, and with it, the need for people to protect it. This new gold rush isn't about precious metals, it's about protecting precious data. It's a vast, challenging, and incredibly rewarding field. So the only question left is, will you be one of its defenders?